YouTube land, Rival here. Thanks for stopping by. As you can see, we've got another one of the new 2017 ZTs on the turntable for you this week. This is the 0920. The 900 series has been taken up by Les George as far as the designs go. So this one is a much larger knife than we're used to seeing from him. He did the 900, which was very compact. Although this is the handle itself is somewhat reminiscent of that design. Les George has a very distinctive ergonomic design flair to him, so you can definitely spot his designs, and we'll talk about a couple of those key factors in a second. And then the 909, I think it was, which was bigger, fatter, more beefier as far as more of a working knife goes. And a couple of those aspects carry out here, like the ramp at the top, and then it has the same flipper as the 909. This is a very big knife, though. It comes in at 3.75 inches of CPM 20 CV steel. I'll put the full specs in the breakdown below, but it is a full 3D milled titanium frame lock. You can see it's got a nice, I don't want to say custom pivot, but it's unique to this model. It's not something that's on any other knife in the line, so that's pretty sweet. Reversible pocket clip. Pocket clip, by the way, is titanium, stamped titanium, and then it's anodized, that goldish kind of slight hint of rose gold color that's been very popular for those guys as of late. As you can see, a very distinctive, very large blade shape, a slight recurve in the back, nice belly. Woo. And then we've got a swedge at the top, very pronounced. Very nice, very sweeping blade. And then, like I said, very ergonomic handle. You can see the swell is going to match the inside of your palm there. Fingers land nicely. I wear a size medium glove, so it fits. My hand fits it very, very nice. 3.75 inch blade, so it is rather big. To give you a comparison of how big. Oh, 1 second. Sorry about that, guys. Whoa. Here is 560. Very similar in size. And then one of the newer releases. Whoop. Can I squeeze this in here? Is the 0850, which has been in my pocket a lot as of late. This is probably my favorite of the new releases so far. Ooh, the blade is quite dirty. But to give you a size comparison, they're all very similar in overall size, all 3.75 inch blade lengths. The milling is one of the things that I love the most that's on this. It's got the milling lines all throughout the handle. As you can see when we do a nice super close-up. The closed blade profile is just super sexy as well. I mean, you've got just this nice sweeping lines. You've got the sweeping lines of the swedge. You've got that offset with the horizontal lines of the milling here, carrying it over in the back. Now it is fully contoured. It's rounded, as you can see. And then the milling carries over the corners, so over the chamfers and the corners onto the back, so it's kind of ribbed on the back. You've got these specialized spacers, which have not been seen on any of the other models. Lanyard hole. And then, of course, you've got your stainless steel lock insert, frame lock. Action is super crazy snappy. You can tell how much their action has evolved by handling a few of their older models. Going back to the 0560, if you guys have used or flipped one of these, it's got a heavy blade and it's got a very loose action. Not a bad action. It's very good, in fact. Snappy. But nowhere near the horsepower. And in fact, ZT's kind of dialed back the horsepower from a year or two previous, where things were really torqued out and would really fly out, but took a little extra pressure to overcome that detent. Very good balance in this. This has the exact same flipper tab as the 909, so you get good purchase on it. You've got some jimping on the top and then around the back of it, so wherever you grab it, you're in good shape. So like I said, 20 CV steel, which is something nice. That's something that's also on the 850. So it's nice to see them newer premium, very hardened steels, extremely tough and extremely durable stainlesses. You can really hear that action. It's got the KVT ball bearing system in it. It makes a nice hollow fuck when it opens up. Now this thing is, you can kind of see in there, there are milled pockets in both sides of the scale. I mean, they've milled it pretty much wherever they can. I know it's hard to see, you guys. I'm sorry. I got my light is kind of shooting up that way, so I don't know how well you can see it, but rest assured there's a milled pocket here, there's a milled pocket down here, and then there's a milled pocket along the body of this thing. The weight I've got written down here, 5.4 ounces. So as far as having a full titanium frame lock with a huge ass 20 CV blade, just over 5 ounces. Even those of you guys who got the 5 ounce rule, I don't think you can hold against what you're going to get for this if you put it in your pocket. So don't let silly stuff like that rule it out. Generally speaking, I like carrying a big knife. You know, in the summertime, things shrink down a little bit depending on what you're wearing, the size pockets they got, whether or not you can wear a belt with them, basketball shorts, standard shorts, cargo shorts, that kind of stuff. You know, in any year, I would say that this is the star of the show as far as ZT releases go. I mean, this knife has everything going for it. It's got this gorgeous 3D, not only milling but texturing with the lines that are carried throughout the body. It's got that beautiful blackened pivot. It's got this great blade. I could get people getting upset about the recurve, or people staying away from it, I should say, not getting upset, just steering clear because they don't like sharpening those recurves. But you know, especially if you're touching things up on something like a Spyderco, what the sharp makers, they're easy to do. It's not that bad. But you know, I love this knife so much this year. It has taken over completely my rotation as of late. This one just came out recently. This one's been out for about 2 weeks now. So I don't know if that thing's going away anytime soon. Any other year, this would be the star of the show. I mean, this blows away most production knives. It's hard to believe that you're seeing stuff like this come out in full regular production, especially when you look at the detail that's put into the CNCing, or the machining, I should say, of the knife itself. You can see it's not, you know, from a distance, it just looks like you've got these horizontal or these vertical lines. But when you really zoom in close, especially along the edges, you can see the tool paths going in and out. That's what she said. And it is gorgeous. Really, really gorgeous. But it is hard to beat a knife coming in. What this is like 4.2 ounces or something stupid like that, with that full carbon fiber, and then that. Ooh, I did a video on this. Check it out. We're not talking about that knife. We're talking about this knife. If you're into carrying big knives, this is definitely the knife. It is a gorgeous knife. Modeled after the Harpy, I should say, too. If you're not familiar with that, you can Google a Les George Harpy. It has the exact same blade shape. I do indeed love that blade shape. I personally find these types of knives, the recurves with the big belly, to be extremely useful, extremely work-oriented. And this one's nice and stabby, too. So again, I mean, we covered pretty much every aspect of this knife. It is an amazing knife, and if Les George is one of your kind of makers, definitely go out there and grab it up. I've done knives or videos on most of the other releases for the 2017 so far, so if you want to kind of take a peek at what those are looking like when you make up your mind, definitely take a look. This is a strong contender. Yeah, that's about all we got for this one. I think I got the Sinkovich coming up next, and so we'll talk about smaller knives after this. Other than that, like, subscribe. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.